Welcome, clients, family and friends, to the 5th edition of the DF Insurance Podcast. I'm Anthony De Berardino, Director of the Berardino Family Insurance Services, Authorised Representative of Resilium and Resilium Insurance Broking. The DF Insurance Podcast, where we talk all things insurance and hopefully answer some questions for you along the way, has been focusing on different sectors of the insurance industry in Australia. And today we're going to talk about the manufacturing industry. We're going to talk about what they do, the covers that we recommend that they take out to protect their business. I'll give you a couple of claims examples as well, and then steps that you can take to mitigate any claims in the future. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So the manufacturing industry is quite often seen as the backbone to Australia's economy, and even though it can't be denied that the manufacturing presence in this country has diminished over the last couple of decades, it still does form a very important part of our GDP. Whether you're manufacturing tables and chairs, to white goods, to concrete posts for the construction industry, to fabrics, to whatever you're manufacturing, you are and you do play a very important role in this country's economy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the different types of insurance that I recommend that manufacturers take out. So what covers should those in the manufacturing industry take out? Well, we're going to start, of course, with the big three: public liability, fire and other damages, and business interruption. Public liability will cover the insured just in case any of their manufacturing properties cause any damage to any third-party property or person, and if someone comes onto their premises and hurts themselves as well. Mind you that your liability policy may not cover you in the event that something that you've manufactured does not work the way that you've given advice that it is going to work. So make sure that you read your product disclosure statement very carefully. The next, of course, is fire and other damages or property damage cover. So in your factory, if anything gets damaged, being stock, contents, manufacturing equipment, by fire, rain, hail, flash flooding, and in some cases even flooding and malicious damage, you can be covered for that as well. And then, of course, there's business interruption. So business interruption will cover you in the event, again, it's intrinsically linked to the fire and other damages cover. If you suffer a fire at your factory and your business suffers a loss of gross profit in the event of that, then we definitely will recommend that, because that covers for any loss of gross profit. Mind you, your fire and other damages cover and your business interruption cover are subject to the underinsurance clause. So no matter which insurer you're with, you must make sure that you have accurately reflected the amount of assets that you have as the building itself or your contents and stock inside the building. So the next batch of covers that I generally recommend for the manufacturing industry include burglary. So if your stock or contents are stolen from you after forcible or violent entry, the insurer will cover you for that. The next is plate glass, which covers you for damage or loss to internal or external plate glass, shop front, that sort of thing, whether be it a chip, a scratch, or full replacement of glass. And also a lot of insurers now cover you for any lost signage as well. That's if you've got it painted to the glass or as an actual sign. And then finally we have equipment breakdown cover, which is a very underrated cover. Equipment breakdown covers you in the event if your equipment is ever damaged or completely lost due to equipment breakdown. Now, why equipment breakdown cover is important is whilst you may have fantastic maintenance procedures and all your equipment under warranty, the equipment breakdown cover that I particularly quote to clients includes power surge, which isn't covered by a lot of the maintenance products out there as well, and it also includes business interruption. So if your product is if your machinery is down for a specific period of time and you suffer loss of gross profit due to that piece of equipment being down, the insurer will cover your gross profits to keep your business afloat while the piece of equipment is either getting repaired or replaced. So the last batch of covers that I generally recommend for the manufacturing industry, first of all, is tax audit. So if your business or your directors are audited by the ATO and you need to go see your accountant, the tax audit cover covers for any accountant's fees that are involved in an audit. Also goods in transit. So if you're ever if a customer purchases a finished product off you and you use your vehicles to deliver the goods from A to B and the vehicle is damaged or the goods are stolen out of the vehicle, we can cover you for that as well. Another couple of covers you might want to look at is professional indemnity. So if someone claims for financial loss as a result of a product that you've manufactured and given advice and charged for that advice, professional indemnity might cover you for that as well. And then we've also got trade credit insurance. So as a manufacturer, you have credit terms. So someone will purchase a product off you to manufacture. You manufacture it, send it to them, and you might give them 30, 45, 60 days to pay for the bill. If this particular client does not pay the bill, then trade credit insurance might be for you. So there you have it. They're the covers that I generally recommend. Now, these are all general recommendations, so they're not taking into consideration your own financial objectives or your business personally. So if you do have any further questions on what is suitable for you, please don't hesitate to give me a call. So next I'm going to go through a claims example for the manufacturing industry. So the claims example I'm going to use is quite important because one of the very much underrated covers for manufacturing businesses is equipment breakdown. So where there was a client, not one of my clients, this is something that I learned in one of my professional development days, that manufactured a certain product, and basically their whole business was this particular piece of machinery. They could not operate with this piece of machinery. It was worth about $65,000 and it was imported from overseas. Now, the company involved had a fantastic maintenance regiment. They had great warranties on all their products, but the broker that they had recommended them to take out equipment breakdown cover with the business interruption component. Now, what happened? There was a power surge due to one of the summer rolling blackouts, and the piece of equipment broke down and completely shut down their business. It took 12 weeks for the business, for the product to be shipped back over and repaired from overseas. And in that time, the customer lost about $400,000 in gross profits. This was all covered by the business interruption component of equipment breakdown. So these are very important covers. So lastly, some things you can do to mitigate the chance of getting claims. First and foremost, as always, make sure that you have adequate security for the contents that you have, fire alarms, smoke detectors, burglar alarms, and also make sure that your alarms, if you can, make sure that they are monitored by either yourself, a security company, or the police or fire brigade. Also, have all your equipment maintained as well. Keep your warranties up to date, and make sure that the building that you're in is free of defects, because there could be a leak due to leaves being stuck in the roof, burst pipe, water goes on your manufacturing equipment, and you're out. So just make sure that you have that. So there you have it. There is the DF Insurance podcast for week 5. As always, if you do have any questions, please feel free to email me, anthony@dfiservices.com.au, or for any of my clients, you have my phone number as well. So tune in next week for the DF Insurance podcast. Stay safe, drive safe. It's bucketing down raining at the moment outside in Melbourne, and I will see you next week. I'm Anthony De Berardino, Director of the Berardino Family Insurance Services. Good night.